Enemies of Queen Elizabeth II. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, popularly known as Elizabeth II, was Queen of the United Kingdom and of 14 other sovereign countries for 70 years since February 6, 1952 until her death. She was born on April 21, 1926 in Mayfair, London, and died on September 8, 2022. She was the longest of any British monarch. In November 1947, she married Philip Mountbatten, a former Prince of Greece and Denmark, and their marriage lasted 73 years until his death in April 2021. They had 4 children together: Charles, King of the United Kingdom; Anne, Princess Royal; Prince Andrew, Duke of York; and Prince Edward, Earl of Wessex. In this video we are going to focus on enemies of Queen Elizabeth II. On our channel we feature such videos. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to our channel for such. Queen Elizabeth II at odds with Margaret Thatcher. The Queen and Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher were mostly at odds with each other. Margaret has managed to ruffle Her Majesty's typically immobile feathers, in large part due to the PM's unwillingness to support sanctions in apartheid-rattled South Africa. In addition, Thatcher's no fan of the Commonwealth, the group of countries, most all of them former British territories devoted to advancing democracy and human rights. The Queen is not allowed to express political opinions under Britain's constitution. The Queen allegedly broke protocol after a private clash with Thatcher. The palace thought Thatcher vulgar, and the Prime Minister thought royalty was irrelevant. King's advisors threatened Queen Elizabeth's engagement to Philip. The Queen was 21 when her engagement to Philip was officially announced on July 9, 1947. The engagement was not without controversy. Philip had no financial standing, was foreign-born, though a British subject who had served in the Royal Navy throughout the Second World War, and had sisters who had married German noblemen with Nazi links. Some of the King's advisors did not think him good enough for her. He was a prince without a home or kingdom. Even the Queen's mother opposed of Philip. Philip had to renounce his Greek and Danish titles, officially converted from Greek Orthodoxy to Anglicanism, and adopted the style Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, taking the surname of his mother's British family. Queen's life threatened severally. During the 1981 Trooping the Colour ceremony, 6 shots were fired at the Queen from close range as she rode down the Mall, London, on her horse, Burmese. This was 6 weeks before the wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. Police later discovered the shots were blanks. The 17-year-old assailant, Marcus Sargent, was sentenced to 5 years in prison and released after 3. In October of 1981, the Queen was the subject of another attack while on a visit to Dunedin, New Zealand. Christopher John Lewis, who was 17 years old, fired a shot with a .22 rifle from the 5th floor of a building overlooking the parade, but missed. Lewis was arrested, but never charged with attempted murder or treason, and sentenced to 3 years in jail for unlawful possession and discharge of a firearm. 2 years into his sentence, he attempted to escape a psychiatric hospital with the intention of assassinating Charles, who was visiting the country with Diana and their son Prince William. On July 9 of 1982, she awoke in her bedroom at Buckingham Palace to find an intruder, Michael Fagan, in the room with her. In a serious lapse of security, assistance only arrived after 2 calls to the palace police switchboard. Queen's family members failed marriages and criticized by the public. She faced occasional Republican sentiment and media criticism of her family, particularly after the breakdowns of her children's marriages. Her horrible year was 1992, reports of affairs and strained marriages among her extended family. In March, her second son, Prince Andrew, separated from his wife, Sarah, and Mauritius removed Elizabeth as head of state. Her daughter, Princess Anne, divorced Captain Mark Phillips in April. Angry demonstrators in Dresden threw eggs at the Queen during a state visit to Germany in October, and a large fire broke out at Windsor Castle, one of her official residences, in November. The monarchy came under increased criticism and public scrutiny. In December of 1993, Prince Charles and his wife, Diana, formally separated and divorced in 1996. The death of her former daughter-in-law Diana, Princess of Wales, in 1997 caused public dismay due to the royal family silence until the Queen agreed to return to London and address the nation. Queen's finances. Elizabeth's personal wealth was the subject of speculation for many years. The Sunday Times Rich List 2020 estimated her personal wealth at £350 million, making her the 372nd richest person in the UK. Her financial and property holdings made her one of the world's richest women. The royal collection, which includes thousands of historic works of art and the crown jewels, is not owned personally but was described as being held in trust by the Queen for her successors and the nation, as were her official residences, such as Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. Due to her stature as the Queen, most of her enemies are more of enemies of the crown than personal enemies, as anything that affected her affected the crown and all Commonwealth states in general. Elizabeth was known to favor simplicity in court life and was also known to take a serious and informed interest in the traditional and ceremonial duties, as well as government business. She was loved by many and she will be missed dearly. May the Queen rest in peace. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. See you on the next video.